request publications, please press 3. To speak to an information specialist, please press 7. Your call may be monitored.
Environment Information Resource Center, this is Ken speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, did you say Ken or Tim?
Ken.
Ken. My name's Tommy. My last name's Wasserberg. W-A-S-S-E-R.
Actually, I don't need to get your whole name, sir. How can I help you today?
Well, first you could not call me sir again because I'm not male. Please. Hello?
How can I help you? How can I help you?
I'd like to know why several individuals identifying themselves as employees of the National Institute of Mental Health are keeping me under surveillance and reporting to some folder in your database.
Oh, I have no knowledge of that information, or the people that you speak of. You might want to talk to them directly and ask them those questions.
Well, I've talked to them directly, and I'm not satisfied with their answers, so now I'm seeking their superiors.
Okay, I don't know who they are to give you the superiors. So
Well, do you have access? Can I speak with somebody in your Inspector General's office or your Human Resources Department, please?
I can give you no human resources. Sure. Hold on. $833-224-3839.
Eight 833-224-3839.
That's correct.
Okay, I have one more question. Do you have any knowledge of programs of some sort of research study that's being done on individual dissident artists, I guess, is target?
No, I can give you the Office of Patient Recruitment. You can maybe ask them about studies.
The Office of what?
Patient Recruitment.
Patient Recruitment?
Yes, sir.
Please don't call me sir again.
Let me know you're waiting for the number. Timmy, you said it is Timmy?
Tommy. T-O-M-M-I-E. And that's Ms. Wasserberg, please. So what's the number for patient recruitment?
1-800-411.
How many? 411. Say again the last 7 digits.
411. 1202.
1202.
1222.
You seem to be getting a little agitated, Ken. Thanks for your help.
Thank you for calling the Office of Patient Recruitment at the NIH Clinical Center. To continue in English, select 1. Para continuar en español, elija el 2. Our office is currently closed. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Please leave a message with your name.
Call earlier.
Thank you for calling the office.
I think it's nap time. I'm kind of waiting on Chief and Albert. Oh, no, it's a fax machine. I'll have to send them a fax. Anyway, I'm just getting my act together. Better and better. Sort of. My test is still. And I'm on everybody else's schedules at this point. my business is just chugging right along. I'm getting orders. I got people trying to sell me on their product lines, and I got I got a house full of drums. Fucking cheap. I had a couple of old people's moments this weekend I didn't mention yet anywhere because it hadn't all been resolved, and it was like, oh boy, when the boys get hold of this one, fucking fan club. Um, I went to fill up my tank in Deming on the way out of town, and left my card in the pump, and somebody started using it immediately. But that's no big deal. It got canceled quick, and it only going to cost me $5 to replace the card. The scary one was at the hotel about 10:30 in the morning. I'm getting out of the bathtub and I'm laying on my bed naked. And just for enjoy the last few minutes of comfort. And there's a little slight tap on the door, and before I could even react to it, they only waited a few seconds and then opened the door. And I'm like, nope. So I'm feeling a little bit rushed, and I had brought my box full of the seriously good stones up to the room for safekeeping, and it was not on the bed. It was on a dresser. And I was kind of rushed, and I scooped up all my stuff and left and walked out on the box, and didn't discover that I had done that until I got home. It was like, woo. Fortunately, it was turned in intact, and it's now in the possession of the police sergeant, and I can just pick it up whenever. And whenever it's going to be sometime in the next 10 days, I got to coordinate with Garrett, somebody in and somebody in Albuquerque, and I'm going to go back up there on a sales trip. I'll grab it on the way. What else, boys? I've been busy. I'm actually working. Eating and working. I got a house full of drums. See all the drums sitting there, and then on the back table there's other smaller percussion instruments, and then the animals. I haven't even dealt with the animals yet. They got unpacked onto the table and then packed up after the show, and that's it. Except for those few that I brought out just to have some to take pictures of for samples. What else? The drums, homeless drums. People wanting them. Oh, those are beautiful, and they're cheap too. I'm selling them for the wholesale. What I'm selling them for what the stores pay for them. That's what I'm selling them for right now. So people are like, oh yeah, I want one of those, or two, or three. And he says he's got bigger ones coming, and he's got more kalimbas coming. He had some really nice kalimbas that were like in a turtle shape at the show. And he's got these little basket rattles that are pretty cool. And they're making shakiris, which is the gourd rattle with the net of beads on it. And they're using funky beads. They're using plastic beads. He needs to be using glass ponies on those. And he's got rain sticks too. What the hell else? There's a bunch of textiles and leather goods. There's got these cool pouches, hanging pouches, that it's like a purse. It pulls out of the pouch, and it can hold a phone easily. And it's one of them pouches people like to carry their essentials around, like their lighter and their weed and their tobacco and stuff, and at concerts. Some nice textiles, tapestries, table covers, stuff like that. I don't know what the hell else. It's fucking cheap. I had a nice conversation with my financial advisor today. honest about where we are and where we're going. And I've been undercapitalized for 40 years now, and here I am. Like I got more money than I need. There's about a little over $100,000 sitting there chugging away, earning. And I just, there was about 10,000. We dumped all the mutual funds except for one. The one mutual fund that he kept earns almost 8%, which is like outrageous. And the reason it does that is because it's all the seven sisters and their girlfriends. And so, I've got a no dinosaur policy, but there's fucking things earning. The market is down low enough where he says it's a good time to buy this too. And the fossil fuel stocks, because of the war, are earning hard, along with the defense contractors. And I don't know, I have to look into it. Most of these companies are at least looking at renewable resources. They have to. They realize it. The ones that don't are going to go under eventually. The ones that convert are going to survive. And that's really what I'm looking for, because that's what we're going to be marketing. Right now, I've got 4 Kenyans and the Zambian women, and I haven't sat down with the Ethiopians yet to see what's going on with that. Because like with some of them, with the Kenyans, I'm working with them on the permaculture, and then with the Ethiopians and Zambians, I'm buying their minerals, and don't know anything about the permaculture. And what I'm seeing is that the minerals will purchase the equipment to pay for the equipment and seeds and stuff for the permaculture. So I've got the Kenyans looking into all of that on what minerals are coming out and where and how and who's got them and how much they are and all. And I got to sit down. Been talking with Gracie and Gertrude. This is the one I'm talking to. I need to get hold of Gracie about the rubies. Got some issues there, but then there's a lot of infighting, and it's Gertie that I've been doing business with for several years. So like the others is like, and so I'm going on her lead. I'm teaching her, and she's giving me the good shit. And that's where it's at with me and Gertie. And Steve is definitely, that's our African art. They're Ghana. And he's, I got him. He's going to check into the permaculture, and because he's the only one that I'm getting art from. The other ones I'm not getting the village crafts from any of the others. He's the only one I'm getting the village crafts from, and nothing else. So he's checking on that other stuff. He had to shut down all his social networking because his family was driving him nuts. He couldn't get any business done because his family was always all over the social networks and calling him. Last year when I was trying to work with him at the show, it's like every time I come by, he's like in his truck, either like curled up in a little ball or on the phone, trying not to yell at whoever was on the other end. Oh, my life is so much fun. It's difficult at times, but I have a lot of fun. And I meet a lot of really wonderful people, and that's kind of funny. I mean, as long as I got running, and it's only been running a few minutes, the contrast between, oh shit, that's right, I don't have any internet right now. Fuck, I forgot. We might as well just close that fucking browser, but I ain't got nothing on it. It's been down for a couple of hours, and I can't even get through to. I'm tempted to, just to check on it. Because my phone can't connect either. Oh, great. 911 isn't answering very rapidly, which doesn't, this usually means that, like, oh boy, they're busy. Well, I shouldn't even be wasting their time with a call. Yeah, they're busy. Oof.
This call, you must first dial a...
Tucson Police Officer Special Standards, this is Lisa. May I help you?
Hi, Lisa. This is Tammy Wasserberg calling. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Oh, better and better. Things are just looking really good. But there's an unresolved issue. Several of them, but they all pretty much fall in the category of when are you guys going to start taking me seriously, or do I have to sue? And the one issue that I'm really most concerned about didn't even have anything to do with me. It was a dog bite on the Rapper River lot that there was a lot of like misconduct on the part of the patrol officer and whoever that canine officer was. I don't even know if there was ever a report taken.
Was the canine officer in a uniform?
No, plain clothes.
We don't have undercover canine officers.
Who does?
I don't know.
Well, you're
whoever they hired for off-duty work.
Yeah, well,
We're
you're
not the only ones they would hire. It usually goes out to all agencies. So.
Well, your beat cop just totally like told everybody to go away and never took a report. See, I don't know about that at that point because I wasn't there anymore. But I'm still in contact with the victim. And obviously,
and the victim doesn't want to file a complaint?
I don't know. He's in Africa right now. We haven't even talked about it since then. We just, I told him I'll just keep after it and let you know. Was where we left that. But obviously, some agency had a cop with a dog in a crowd that shouldn't have been there without a muzzle.
And Are you sure it wasn't just an attendee?
Oh yeah, he identified himself as a cop, but that's he's a canine officer. I work for somebody, and he's like laughing at me. And 30 years ago when I had a dog on my side, it wouldn't have come out that way. And that's what I'm concerned about with you guys when that place opens up. Tayo's telling me the same thing. They don't take him seriously either.
Did you ever talk to Sergeant Schroeder?
I don't think she ever returned my call.
Well, she did, but she would get your voicemail and she would never get a call back.
I tried. I'll try again. Oh, I don't even know. I'm gonna have to let you go. I don't even recognize this call, and it's coming from somewhere I should take it. I'll try and get with Schroeder. And
okay.
Thanks.
So you don't want to talk to her right now, then?
Is she available?
Yes.
Oh, please.
Okay, hold on one moment.
Thank you. We'll just call you back, whoever you are. Yeah, I've been part of neighborhood watch since I was a little kid. Yeah, I'm a snitch, but I don't snitch about things that are like victimless. Okay, there's got to be like serious threat to life or limb and or property before I don't trick off people for stupid shit. Um, and I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for outlaw bikers and to be beat cops. Stepping in when I needed help, dealing with something that was off. Uh, well, they really have not been uh, taking that show
I'm
seriously.
transferring you into our office, okay?
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, this is Sergeant Schroeder.
Hi, Sergeant Schroeder. Tommy Wasserberg calling.
Hey, how are you doing, Tommy?
Oh, better and better. Just amazingly well.
That's really good to hear.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little concerned about the future and an issue from the past.
Okay. And let me, I think you've called in here before, so I got to get the disclaimer in. Were you calling to make a complaint about an officer with Tucson Police?
Well, I think I made one already, but it appears that the major offender wasn't a Tucson cop.
Okay.
He was an undercover canine officer, which Lisa tells me you do not have any.
We do, but we may not have. If this is what I'm thinking of, I think I'll have some other answers for you. But let me quick get this disclaimer in, Tommy, and then we'll talk more about it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So pursuant to Section 13-2907.01 Arizona Revised Statutes, it is a Class 1 misdemeanor to knowingly make to a law enforcement agency a false, fraudulent, or unfounded report or statement, or to knowingly misrepresent a fact for the purpose of interfering with the orderly operation of a law enforcement agency or impeaching a peace officer. Okay?
Okay.
Any questions on it?
No, I understand.
Okay. So I did some digging because it sounds like this was in regards to the gem show, right?
Correct.
Okay. And somebody who had got bit by a dog.
Correct.
Okay. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So I did some digging when that first came up, when we were trying to touch base and we were playing phone tag back and forth. And we did not have any canine officers who were working special duty during the gem show.
Okay, so whoever that was working for a different agency and might not have even been a deputized law enforcement officer.
Right. So it's hard for us to dig too much into that.
Right. Now,
where
where the Tucson misconduct was in the way that your beat cop handled the whole thing. He just told everybody to go away and call the TCC or something if you wanted to report a bite.
Okay. Who's the beat cop?
I have no idea, because by that time I was gone. The victim's name is Daniel Cassay, Cahsay, and the owner of the lot is Tyo Leonard, Tyo. There's standard spelling for Leonard.
Spell Cassay again for me.
Cahsay.
SAY. Okay. All right. And do you have contact information for Daniel?
I have a WhatsApp phone number for him. He's in there as Daniel Tucson Traveler at WhatsApp.
Daniel Tucson Traveler?
Correct.
At WhatsApp?
Right. Now, I don't see the number being displayed, but I don't know WhatsApp that well, so I don't know how to find it. But you guys can get there, I'm sure.
Okay. So without actually getting a hold of Daniel, or without him even wanting to do anything, it's really hard.
Well, I can contact him and see if he wants to do anything. That's easy enough.
Yeah.
What the ongoing concern that I have is that they're planning on opening that lot 24/7, 365.
The lot, which one, by the TCC?
The one at on I think it's 292 freeway
292.
or 293, I forget whichever. Yeah, I think that's 292 on that side of the street. It's the one right next to the Red Lion, the old gas station.
Okay. And what's the issue with having it open 24/7?
Well, the nature of the population that moved through there 24/7, and
Okay.
and the frequency of violent confrontations, trespass notices, that kind of happy shit.
Sure. And have you spoken to anybody about it?
Well, no, not really, but there's a serious Tile expressed serious misgivings about response times and just being taken seriously. At the hotels, boy, they jump on shit quick and smoothly. I had a little incident, and that was the other thing is I did make a complaint about some little Latin female officer that got in my shit and disrupted. I was making last minute purchases in 3 different rooms, and she ran me out of the Pueblo. So I had to go to see what's his name, Chief Hand, Commander Hand, or something about her, and she definitely needed some training.
So Lieutenant Hand addressed her, or Captain Hand?
I don't know. I just wanted to make sure she got dressed down a little bit for that little movie. It's like, this is another aspect of it. The hippies are an important element of that show, and the show is an important element of the tax base for this town.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's where that, it's enough said, right? That's the indigenous people's show. Okay?
Certainly a large population, absolutely.
Well, it's indigenous land. That's a Tohono family that owns that land. It's the last piece of riverfront property probably in the Tohono Nation. And we want, and zone commercial, residential commercial use, mixed use kind of thing. And we want to get a moratorium on building downtown.
Have you talked to the ward office about it?
I can't get through to them, and they're not returning calls. Nobody in the city's returning calls. Hardly. You're about the only office I can get through to.
Well, I'm glad you were able to get through.
Right.
Have you tried emailing the ward office? I don't know if it's.
I don't have the time for that right now. I got so much cooking with my business. I'm having trouble keeping up with that.
That's a good problem.
Yeah, right. Well, I've been undercapitalized for the last 40 years, right? Yeah. So here I am, the founder of an arts cooperative that's part of an indigenous mining and manufacturing conglomerate that's opening up at Rapper River, and I'm going to be like the director of sales and marketing running a factory outlet store all year with all the hippies running the lot like a dead show. Yeah. We're building a stage back. Yeah, we're all real excited, but we're all on hold too.
Well, hopefully that comes sooner.
I hope so too, because I went and bought a lot of merchandise that's a lot bigger and heavier than I normally would, and I'm getting cramped into a very small studio apartment, a 1-bedroom apartment. It's just like boxes and stuff everywhere. But other than that, life's good. I had a wonderful show this weekend, but that's the energy. I mean, you guys know the energy. Yep. I call it the smile rule. It doesn't matter if people are like, if there's dirty people talking to clean people, rich people talking to poor people, as long as everybody's smiling.
That's a pretty good rule. I like it.
Well, it's better than the dirty rule. Well, most towns, boy, if you're dirty and carrying too much property and smell funny, you are a target. Here, they don't even bother you if you're sleeping in public unless somebody calls in a potential corpse, and then they just make sure you're not dead and have enough water. They don't run your, it's like, SOP in a lot of departments that you jack up a homeless person, you run them for warrants. But they don't do that here. God bless Tucson for certain things like that. This is a town whose tax base is with education and tourism. Cops got to be cool.
People keep coming back. We must be doing
Right,
something right.
right. So that's where it's at. Is like, I guess there's nothing we can do about. Is there any way you can even find out who that guy was?
I'm going to be honest, Tommy, probably not. I wouldn't even know where to begin if you're even a law enforcement person.
Right.
Do you know the exact date that it happened on?
I can find out. It should have been like sometime between the 10th and the 13th.
Okay.
It was in the last few days of the show.
Between the 10th and 15th?
Yeah, and I witnessed the whole thing. That guy had a dog that should not have been in such a tight crowd without a muzzle. Period.
And what did the person look like? You saw it happen?
Yeah, I saw the whole thing go down, and he wasn't even. The dog had been snapping and snarling at all sorts of people, and then there was a dog that almost got into a fight with, and then he wasn't quite calmed down enough when my friend walked by, and the dog nabbed him in the arm. The dog should not have been in such a tight crowd like that, and the guy wasn't handling the dog well.
It doesn't sound like it at all. Yeah. Well, I said, because I kind of knew the nature of what you were calling about when we were playing phone tag, so I sent it over to the gem show for our off-duty management around the 15th and asked them for the time frame, just about that period, February. And there was nobody that we had. I mean, we had 2 canine officers, but they worked. There were 2 canine officers, but the officers worked without their dog, if that makes sense. So we didn't have any undercover dogs. We didn't have any sworn officers who had their dogs at the station. And I checked with our narcotics unit as well to see if they had
What other
any
agencies would have a dog out like that?
I don't know.
Well, I know over from past experience there. You're familiar with the black market in arms and drugs and the relationship of gemstones to it. Yeah, well, I've seen spooks all over the crowd for years, and that's what this guy struck me as, was a merc.
Okay.
Because he just laughed at me. So I was like, I traveled with a really serious dog that didn't put up with shit like that at all. She would have had that dog on the ground quick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's scary to have a dog of that type of temperament and aggression out in a busy crowd of people.
Yeah, well, my dog was a sentry dog. She did not tolerate any bad energy anywhere in range of her senses.
She sounds like a good dog.
Oh, she was the best. She was the best. And I had her daughter for many years too. She wasn't quite as good, but because she was half red bone and didn't quite have the restraint Lady did. So she got me in a little more trouble than Lady ever did.
Well, hey, tell you what. So I know that you recently moved. I want to be able to.
No, I haven't recently moved. That didn't happen.
Oh, it didn't.
No, I'm jam up in the same place. I'm going nuts from it.
Where's that at? 'Cause I want to send you a copy of the complaint receipt. So
it's 2202 South 5th Avenue.
South 5th. What were the numbers?
2202.
2202. Okay.
Number 2. And that's 85713. Yeah, all they did was they just terminated my lease. They're wanting to gentrify this whole neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
And they're just.
But you're able to stay?
Yeah, they're not trying to push me out. They're just they know I want to move. So they're just like, I don't know. I know they want to raise the rent. Because I'm only paying $500, and they want to get more like $750 for these.
That's a good price.
Yeah, so that's what's up. I don't know when they're going to raise it on me, and they know as soon as they do, I'm leaving. Yeah. The only reason I haven't left is I haven't found anything suitable.
Yeah. It's hard to.
When you're doing it alone, yes. I can handle something in the $1,200 to $1,500 range with one other party at least.
Yeah.
Reliable, but to find something alone that's any good for what I do, I gotta be ready to spend $800 or more.
I've noticed that in this market.
Especially
I did
downtown.
roommates for a while.
Anything new going in downtown is going to be well over $1,000 for even a studio.
Oh, for sure.
They're getting 9 something for the studios in the renovated Coronado.
Yeah. Oh yeah, easily.
Well, I don't know about easily. They got a lot of vacancies.
Well, I don't know how the inside is. So
I can't see how. I was in there before they renovated it. I mean, unless I knocked down a lot of walls, I can't see how anybody would want to pay $900 a month for that when you can get something much bigger for that.
I remember. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, that's barely bedroom size for me. And you want me to put my bathroom and kitchen in there?
Maybe if it was the Herbert building, maybe.
I don't know. I'm really a newcomer to town and just learning it, but I have good friends. Lizzie. Lizzie Mead. Yeah. And I have other. Like the Testers. Do you know Albert?
I don't know them.
Uncle Albert, tall, skinny, the balloon guy with a little dachshund that he carries around under his arm, or he used to. She died last fall.
Did he make palm tree art? Was that him?
I could be. I don't know. He's one of the. It's the hippie house down the street from the Ace Hardware.
Okay.
But it's those folks. There's some stories. There's this neighborhood. We were walking around yesterday. He grew up here. He was here as a little youngster, and there's a house on. And it's actually more like a whole hacienda kind of place. There's a big house, and there's a bunch of other houses in a grouping. That they've been renovating, and they just put in a hot tub, and a swimming pool.
Oh, nice.
And blacktop parking lot in front. And they were all sitting out in front yesterday when we walked by and we talked with them. And it turns out they are not developers. That's Grandpa's house.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Now here is a different story.
Let me dig into it. I'll send you a copy of
Great, and I'd like to know what I'd like to see what was written about the little altercation in the Pueblo show.
Yeah, I don't know that we'll ever know.
Well, no, that Hand. I talked to Hand, and I talked to somebody. There should be a complaint on that one.
Okay, I'll get a hold of Captain Hand to see if he remembers that.
Yeah, there should be. I'm pretty sure we did a phone report on that one. Okay. One of the gentlemen took it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we'll have to find out for sure if he addressed it with the officer right then.
Yeah, and I don't have any big complaint about it other than that A, she should have known me, and B, she should have known better. Yeah. That even if she didn't know me, she should have known that I was legit, or at least taken the time instead of just push me out the door. I was running back and forth between 3 rooms, and then she caught me in the middle. It's like, yeah, you got to get out of here.
What was she doing? Was she clearing people out?
She was clearing people out of the building. It was time to close. Then the only people that were left in the building were vendors and a few straggling buyers like myself, which is the way it always works.
Okay.
So it was a training thing with her. She was a rookie and didn't know the fine points. Okay. And fortunately, I nearly lost it, but that's okay. That's what I do.
Not always. You controlled it.
I'm pretty good. I'm 67. I wouldn't have lived this long if it wasn't for cops and outlaw bikers. I'm serious. I am deadly serious. Because I've been getting up in the crowd since I was a little kid.
Yeah, I believe that.
And a lot of crazy shit's happened in front of me. People have died right in front of my face.
Oh, I know it. I remember. All right.
Oh, worse than that. That wasn't in front of my face. That was just in my backyard.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's died in front of my face here yet. But I've seen somebody get shot and seen somebody get bounced their head off the sidewalk and seen several people fall over dead from drugs and that kind of stuff.
Things you should never, ever have to see.
Well, weed saved me from hard drugs and alcohol. And I grew up in a needle neighborhood. I knew from the time I was a little kid. I first saw my first OD when I was 9 years old.
Oh my goodness.
And hey, I avoided LSD in the 60s and 70s because one of my rivals jumped out. It was the poor kids against the rich kids in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And the rich kids' parents went to Europe, left him alone. He thought he was Superman on LSD and flew out a 17-floor window. So, I had enough sobering experiences in my life to, yeah. So enough of us wasting each other's time. I want to know, I want to know who that guy was and what he was doing in that crowd, and that's probably something neither one of us can be able to find out. And I want I want to be able to see, once we get, it should happen sometime. Probably the way it's feeling to me is around tax time. Once they file their taxes, I'm going to want to sit down with, your community relations people and the Rapper River management.
Okay, and I know you don't have a whole lot of time because you're working on this new business, but if you do get the chance to send a quick message over to the Warren office, do that, because I think you have better, hopefully, the results.
I guess. Which ward? Who?
I believe right along there, because it's right along the Riverwalk, right? I believe that's Ward 1.
Who is that?
It's Lane Santa Cruz.
No, Elaine Santa Cruz?
Say it again?
Okay, I'll get that. I'm going to let you go. I got a call I'm going to need to take. Thanks so much for your time, Sergeant. Happy day.
You as well, Tommy. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Hello.
Hi, I'm Mike, calling you from Aratel. We are offering a phone, internet, and cable services in your area at a very affordable price. If you are interested in any of these services, please say yes. Otherwise, say no.
Okay. I suppose we can, I can look at, I still don't have any fucking internet. And, oh yeah, this was one I let go. Let's see what this is. This is probably a scam. Yeah, that's bullshit. And where's Blue Fan? That's the network busy signal. Oh, and that's right. I was trying, maybe let's go with 211. Let's see if they know instead of bothering the cops.
Thank you for calling 211 Arizona. For English, press 1. Gracias por llamar. You have reached 211 Arizona. If this is a behavioral health crisis, please hang up and dial 602-222-9444. If you would like to be connected to the COVID-19 vaccine scheduling line to schedule a vaccine, press 7. For COVID-19 and the COVID-19 vaccine support line, press 6. For assistance with housing, including emergency shelter and rental assistance, press 1. For assistance with utilities, press 2. For assistance with food or applications for state benefits such as food stamps, cash assistance, or access, press 3. For the Be Connected Veteran Support Line, press 5. To speak to a specialist, press 9. For all other requests, please visit the 211 website at Good afternoon, and thank you for calling 211. This is Michael. How may I help you today?
Hi, Michael. My name's Tommy. I don't know if you can. This is a kind of the internet is crashed. My internet service provider, it's been a couple hours now, and this has never happened with my provider. Not only is the internet service down, but I'm getting the network busy signal off of their line. And I don't know I don't know how to contact anybody. Maybe their provider you can help me with, and I can find out from them what's going on.
No. What about your provider?
Well, that's what I'm saying. My provider, I have no way of getting through to them. The internet service is down, and I'm getting a network busy signal on the phone. I sent them a text message, but I've gotten no response. And this has been a couple, 3 hours now. And it's never happened with them before. Bluespan.
Yeah, see, I have no control over anything like that, or even the number that you can call except for them. We don't have that kind of a resource.
Who would?
I can give you like a directory assistant. That's about all.
Okay. Whatever works.
Our resources are limited to like people who need low-income assistance or COVID assistance.
Right. You know, I'm kind of middle income and have a housing issue where I'm not finding affordable housing. Can you help with that?
I can transfer you over to a specialist who can assist you with that.
Cool.
Hang on 1 second.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day and be well.
You too.
Thank you for calling 211. Your call will be answered by the next available specialist.
Thanks for calling 211 Arizona. This is Jessica. How may I help you?
Hi, Jessica. My name's Tommy. I'm what you might probably call middle income, low middle income. I mean, I have resources, but they're not, prolific, or what's the right word? I'm no millionaire. So, like, I'm having trouble finding affordable housing. That's where it's at.
Sorry to hear that. So are you looking for housing resources?
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't qualify for any kind of voucher. What I'm having trouble is finding something within my budget. Is once we get to about $800 for rent and utilities, I'm struggling.
Okay. So we can look into some options here. So let me get information real quick, and then I'll see what I can find.
Great.
May I have your last name?
Wasserberg. Wasserberg.
Okay, so call disconnect. Is there a good number I could reach you back
Yeah,
at?
520-241-2776. And I spell Tommy, Tommie. And yeah, and my pronouns are she, her. Or they. It if you lost. Just anything with him. Her.
Okay. And then may I have your date of birth?
November 3rd, 1954.
Are there children under the age of 18 that would be residing with you?
No.
Okay. And then may I have your zip code?
85713. Now I am like a hippie auntie, so I need something spacious, but affordable. Is where we're at. I have a lot of nieces and nephews that visit. And we have Enterprise. We're manufacturers of cool hippie stuff. So we need the space, but again, I cannot realistically commit to anything on my own without a copay from somewhere, like a roommate or a donor, over about $800 for rent and utilities. I just simply can't afford it more than that on my own.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous.
And it's hard to find a decent one-bedroom apartment anymore for that, and that's just simply not big enough for me. My office and studio take up a second bedroom, at least. And it should be a backyard because I cut stone, and that's too messy for inside.
Okay, so then the best options, and based off of your needs, would be our low-income housing options. So there's some agencies in the Tucson area that have affordable housing options.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to clarify with them how those look and how they're set up because we don't have that information. But they go off of your income of how much you'll pay.
Uh-huh.
So do you have a pen and paper available?
I'm getting that out right now.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Today is the 15th of March. I really need to be better about this. I bought myself a calendar to kind of keep track of things, and I hardly use it.
I'm the same way.
Well, I'm terrible. You know, I'm especially disturbed person. I was traumatized in infancy, surgically. And then told I had to be a boy because I had a penis.
No, that's very damaging.
Yeah, well, and I've only been living authentically for about 10 years now, so I'm not like hardly any queer, you know, I'm different. I'm a real mass, and I say things to people that like this that I shouldn't even bring up, but that's where it's at. What am I doing? We're 15th, and I am talking to.
This is 211 Arizona.
Okay.
And then my name's Jessica. So we're very small team here. Yeah, so you might get me again if you call. But there are some resources, in that area.
So where do I want to go?
So the first agency is through Primavera.
Don't they? Isn't that just strictly like I don't have a drug issue and I'm not a VA.
It just says individual couples or families that are low income for the eligibility.
Okay, I get shy. You know, I live around there. You know, so.
You know, yeah.
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 I'm not a vet and I'm not a doper. You know, I avoid Kodak like the plague.
Okay. Yeah, it just says it doesn't say where it's supposed.
Okay, who else?
Located, just that they have
I give them a holler. You know, this is they're all separate programs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's generally So it's gonna be one agency, but they have separate programs. It does state here that the rent would be anywhere between $265 to $800 per month, based off of your income. And then you do have to call, so they're in Monday through Friday from 8 to 4. And the number is 520-882-5383.
Okay.
And then let me see if I can find the next one here. Some of these state like one bedroom, so those are the ones I'm trying to avoid.
Right. And nobody wants a hippie house in their neighborhood anyway.
Yeah. So there is this one. It doesn't really state the size of the apartment, but it's Miracle Square is the name of the agency. They own and manage several complexes for low-income individuals in the Tucson area.
Do you have anything? I'm not really interested in that. Architect with Primavera, you know, you're talking single units in complexes, and like I say, that's like totally inappropriate for my needs.
For you, yeah. Well, that's what I was explaining.
Right. I need. Is there an agency that deals in you know, what I've been trying to go through in the ads is these rent to own places, but I'm not finding anybody that's like reputable.
Okay, so let me see here if any of these.
You know, is there anybody that'll place me in a house?
Okay, thank you for clarifying. So let me read that real quick. See what we have here. Apartment. Oh, okay. But it's the Southern Arizona Land Trust. It says here that they do the home.
That sounds like a hot ticket, because, I'm working
Yeah.
with a lot of, we're rainbow hippies, okay? And the Rainbow Family of Living Light, which is really a non-organization that just, all they really do is decide, the only business they conduct is deciding where they're going to gather next year. We're having our 50th gathering this year.
Oh, nice. So yeah, but yeah, you need a lot of space. So this
What I was driving toward is that I'm connected with numerous intentional communities that already exist, and we're looking to get something going here. And I'm looking to get a foundation put together that is gonna be endowing queer and indigenous communities for green community permaculture projects.
Oh, nice.
Get them energy independent, food sovereignty and energy independence, and land back to the indigenous people. That's what,
I agree.
It has to, or the planet's going to do it to us. You want to survive the earth changes, you're going to start doing it like the hippies do. And we've just been copying the natives that we live near.
Because they know the land.
Right, exactly. We can't
They know how to take care of it.
That monoculture cannot work. It's unsustainable, and our cities are like cancer. And the planet's immune responses are just kicking in harder and harder and harder. And you're gonna, it's like that cytokine storm is coming. That's, half the civilized world's gonna be underwater, and the other half scorched.
Yeah. So, unfortunate.
So anyway. So the Southern Arizona Land Trust, how do we contact them?
Yeah, so they look like they would be the best option. It does say they have rent to own prices that vary. So this is a good indicator. They have homes. So they are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And then their number to reach out is 520 352 2626.
Super. Private beer might be useful to find a big enough apartment in town, but we really need a house.
Yeah, so that might be hit or miss too. So, but yeah, that's the only agency that I can confirm that has enlisted with us as low cost homes for rent or rent to own.
Super. I thank you so much, ma'am.
You're very welcome. So it's a pleasure helping. If you do need anything else, we're here 24/7.
Okay, great. Yeah, I did have. Oh, he didn't have the answer, and you won't either. Forget it. Thanks again. Happy day. Bye-bye.
You as well. Bye.
Oh. Oops. I think it's nap time.
Thank you for calling Southern Arizona Land Trust. If you know your party's extension, you may press it now. For the front desk or Angela, press 1. For rental properties, please wait a moment. Southern Arizona Land Trust, this is Angela.
Hi, Angela. My name's Tommy Wasserberg. I was just referred to you by 211. And I'm an intersex person. I go by she, her, please. Even though I'm gonna sound male and act male too much. I'm not your typical transgender person. I don't want to go into that. What I want to go into is our needs. I get $12,000 a year from Social Security, but I have assets. Not a whole lot, but enough to like disqualify me from a lot of programs. I also, on top of the 12,000 a year, I'm an artist, and sometimes I make a lot more money than that during the month. But it's going to be like this year that we're going to start reporting that properly. So this is what I'm coming to you with in terms of assets and our needs. Is I'm the hippie house. I'm one of the hippie houses in town, and we're manufacturing stone and metal product and textile and stuff like that. So we need a house, and we'd like to find a rent to own kind of situation, or even a mortgage if we can qualify.
Okay, well, we do rentals for single family, homes is what we have for rent. And we also do not have anything available anytime soon. So I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, we need to move. I'm getting cramped where I am.
Oh, yeah. It'll be several months before there's even a possibility of us might have.
Can you refer me to like a reputable commercial agency that's doing rent to own? I'm not finding them in the ads.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that does rent to own personally. Yeah,
I'm getting like strange agents on the phone or no response at all from advertisements on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with any of them in particular.
Oh well.
Sorry, good luck to you.
Yeah, thanks. So you're got a waiting list like Section 8 too. How that?
We don't do waiting lists.
Yeah, right. You don't even know when you're going to get the next unit. Thank you so much for your time.
Exactly.
Happy
You're
day.
welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ducky. So we're back. I'm totally on everybody else's timetable. I have no idea how committed Gianna Gomez and Copper are to plugging in here. I've already got, it's like, hey, come on, I got money for you guys to start turning things out. I want a bunch of them ear cuffs. I want them to start kicking out ear cuffs. I'll give them money for that. I'll give them money to help me build my database, and nobody's coming through. They're not. Albert is totally inundated with taking care of his father and his father's property for months. The next few months, all his resources are pretty much dedicated to that. And I had no idea, Tayo, whatever is going to happen there is going to happen when it's going to happen. At this point, I don't see any good reason to open it. It's the same as last year. You either do it right now or don't do it until the fall. To open it in the middle of April is silly because it's going to get too hot too fast to do anything. So, oh yeah, we're an hour into it. Let's go read some stupid shit. I don't even know if I can get Kiwi Farms from the phone. I still don't have any internet, and I can't get through. This is fucked up. Oh, I know who I want to call. It's level 3. And I can't do that. Let's find level 3. Slow down. Who are you calling? Level 3. We want to call level 3. I have a bunch of stuff I gotta post. I got no internet.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 60293 30110 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello, my name is Tommy Wasserberg. I'm calling from 520-241-2776. I'm reasonably certain that Bluespan Wireless rides on your fiber. And it's been down for 3 hours, and I can't even get them on the phone because I'm getting a network busy signal. So I wonder if you guys can tell me what's going on and when I'll get my service restored, please. Thank you. Happy day.
If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record, press 3. To continue recording, message review.
Hello, my name's Tommy Wasserberg. I'm calling from 520-241-2776. I'm reasonably certain that Bluespan Wireless rides on your fiber. And it's been down for 3 hours, and I can't even get them on the phone because I'm getting a network busy signal. So I wonder if you guys can tell me what's going on and when I'll get my service restored, please. Thank you. Happy day.
If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To send your message with normal delivery, press 1. To send your message with thank you, your message has been sent.
Okay, now we'll go look at the idiots. I don't think I've ever logged in on Kiwi Farms from here. And I don't want to try and remember what my password was there. But I got another message board in here. Okay, we have a new asshole at Kiwi Farms calling themselves Pokemon If Smoke Weed. Whitey's a little desperate for attention today. He got 3 of those this morning. Rival's pretty desperate for my attention today. Patrick, yeah, the usual bullshit. Boy, they were real desperate this morning. What else we got going? That wasn't worth reading. Just. Okay, here's typical shit. These fucking idiots. They think they know everything, and I know nothing. It's fucking textbook Dunning-Kruger effect. Congenitally stupid fucking self-loathing assholes is what it is. Here's this fuckwad. Let me read it to you. This is a fuckwad that calls himself Painkiller. Yeah, you know, they picked up on the where is this? Is this a whole new thread? Yeah, it is. Here's Painkiller. At 1:36 today. So this is recently. If this is the same time frame. Tom got some drums to add to his trash inventory. It's like, look, dude, I'm a director of sales and marketing for an indigenous mining and manufacturing collective. Totally, like, we don't do shit the same way you do, and people love our crap. And I don't care what you think about the way we do business or our crap. It's cool hippie stuff that people dig the shit out of. So fuck you. I don't care. So anyway, here's these guys, idiots. They're total fucking idiots. And here's Reppy. I'm sure there's plenty of room in Tom's apartment for them. Yeah. Yeah, there is at the moment, but it's not going to last long. I should be getting a key to a storage unit today. I'm just waiting on Uncle Albert, but he got one of the trailers cleared out for us to use for storage, so that's not a problem anymore. Anyway, let's get moving right along. Here's Nomad. It's about time Tom put some work in for Chief Kofi for fucking up his band. Tom's been fucking propping up Chief Kofi out of her pocket for 2 years now. He's just one of my member vendor partners. That's one of Jewish fairy godmother things. And here's Patrick Kelly, the total asshole, trying helping, doing a fake African accent. Guyman, waiting day, help a border out, foster this inventory me okay, remain blessed. He don't talk that way, dude. He's been in America for 30 years. I'll get him on camera. We'll have some fun on camera. I was cracking him up. I'm the one that came up with the adopted drum. And I didn't even come up with that. It was kind of Sandy's. And it's been around a while, but Sandy uses it extensively. It's like, oh, I got homeless rocks. Adopt a rock. Take a rock home. Here's Reppy again. You know Tommy will be taking half the profit. Tommy pays cash for this shit, bitch. I take whatever profit I can get. Yeah, these fucking idiots. They think they know what they're talking about. You know, the guy's a tribal chieftain in Ghana. I forget what nation he said. But they're like simple agricultural people, and they make musical instruments and shit, and they're here in America trying to peddle that crap and try and make a better life for themselves in America, and that's what Chief is. That's Kofi, Kofi, and I forget, he's got another name, I forget, and I forget if Kofi is his family name or his personal name. Here's Ashley Douchebag. Tam starts smacking the djembe at 0300. Lewis and Hector gonna put a few extra holes in his culo and give the preteen cruiser a Bronx tire change. Ay caramba. What assholes. It's Raymond and Manny live next door. Juan Gonzalez is their father. Raymond and Manny are really cool dudes. Raymond gets weed from me once in a while. This one, this head is not really good. Kind of slack. I don't like the little ones. I told him I want a Tumba. One of them big. I want something really big. The one I got is almost big enough, but it's fucked up. It had a shitty head and a shitty body. So anyway, getting back to this thread. What idiots. What fucking idiots. Oh, so here's Whitey going digging deep. Found something from last year. When I was getting real aggravated with Chief about in June, and he's costing me more money than he was worth. Chief is most likely going to be run off permanently the next time he shows up. Well, it didn't happen. Where's a beater rating when I need one? Here's the funny one. We'll save the funny one for last. Here's the millennial turkey. Adopt my drums. Nobody's gonna buy your bullshit, Tom. You fat chicken shit. Ha 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 ha. Go read that thread. I got commitment to buy several drums already. Here's Painkiller. Every drum come with eggs from an assortment of household vermin. Well, no, they don't. They're treated with that for that. But here is where, how much do you want to bet, fuckwad, on this one? Knowing something about woodworking that Tom clearly doesn't, I'm willing to bet those drums are made out of plywood staves rather than hand-carved oak. And this clearly shows what an idiot you are because you don't know what a djembe is. They don't get made, I mean, they do, some people, but the traditional ones are cut out of a piece of wood. As these are. It can clearly be seen. There's no seams in that. That's the fucking piece of wood. Now, I question whether it's actually oak. It seems to be, it doesn't have the same kind of graining that oak has, and this seems definitely too much too porous for oak. But it's just carved out of one block of wood, fuckhead. Let's see what other stupid shit they're into today. Because yes, I'm not selling it to upscale galleries. You know, these guys are making noise about gemologists and shit. On the front line. on you know, it's like my eye is going to tell you pretty accurately, you know, within a reasonable margin of error, what the current market is on just about any stone other, you know, any of the commonly marketed semi-precious stones, and you don't need a gemologist for that. And a lot of the low end, any of the low end precious stones don't really need a gemologist for that because they're not worth enough to pay the fee. If I'm sitting on a ring with a bunch of diamonds and shit in it, and really obviously good diamonds, so fuck yeah, I'm gonna. So anyway, otherwise I have no reason to pay that fee. I mean, they want a lot of money for each. That's like $150 a whack. Fucking morons. I should read some of Dave's shit. Patrick is just too stupid. All these people are too stupid to read. Oh, this is just too stupid. It's all too stupid to read. This is stupid enough to read. More too stupid to read. I think it's all too stupid to read. There's almost an hour and a half. I got other things to do, like take a nap. Much more important things to do than stress myself out over those idiots. I ain't been on Kiwi Farm since last week. Yeah, so here I am, old, decrepit, and dying of club fingers and all this other shit. And you better watch out for your kids and dogs, because I'm gonna be lusting after them, and I smell real bad, and I'm got bugs jumping off of me and whatever else. Meanwhile, I'm just really, universe is being kind to me and my friends right now, and we're dancing for them. We're this is as the stomach churns. This is the chapter on today's episode was getting in tune with the PD and with the city is important, because we're hippies, and you heard her say it. She totally agreed with me. Said the hippies are we're this is a native town, and the hippies emulate the natives. And that's what we're about. That's what we've been about for the last 50 years. It's like, okay, you guys are doing it wrong, and these guys are doing it right. And that's where the hippies have been all this time. Is trying to, stick to the red road the way the natives are teaching us. And for me, the Native Americans, the oral tradition in my family was broken. My great grandfather was an orphan and never learned the Yiddishkeit. And I really never learned it from my mother's side either that much, because my grandfather broke it. And no, we're not going to do that. And So I've had to study on my own and learn from spirit, and my feet are firmly planted in the mother's breast, and my head is totally fucking stuck in the clouds, and you cannot get to me from another star system with any bullshit that I'm going to respond to. Okay? You can't get to me through my feet from hell either that I'm going to respond to with any more than a little passionate talking. That's them voices. Everybody's got it. We're all telepathic, empathic creatures. Now, how well developed your sense of telepathy and empathy is, well, that's up to you. How much astral projection you can, participate in and actually like relate verbally, good for you. I'm Tommy. I'm Tommy. I've always been Tommy. I'm that deaf, dumb, and blind kid that the Who was singing about. And I guess, I don't know. This is the role I found myself in the world, is that I come from ancient blood. And there are a lot of other people who come from ancient righteous blood. And we're finding each other in this lifetime. We're the rainbow hippies. Well, not just the rainbow hippies, but the rainbow queers and the rainbow natives. This is, ancient blood, standing up for what's right and righteous in the way this world works. It doesn't work the way you're being told that it works. And stop imposing that shit on us against our will. You're not, who was it that said it? I forgot. Somebody, great quote from some warrior. You're not going to make peace by killing other people's babies. Happy day. Thanks for watching. Bye.